Today we will see how we can add the Swagger in our application. The Swagger is basically a open source framework for designing, building, and documenting and consuming RESTful web services. It allows developer to create human readable documentation for their APIs. This documentation is typically written in the YML or JSON and provide detailed information about the API's endpoints, request parameters, response formats, authentication methods, and we can easily test those APIs with the Swagger UI, which Swagger provided. So let's start. I will use the YML. I will write the YML file to create this documentation. I will install some of the package. First the Swagger UI Express and the YML.js. So it's added, and now I will start the server. Before starting the server, I will add the I will add the YML in the nodemon config so that if I change in the YML file, it can detect and restart the server. So nodemon.json, add in the root directory, and the ext will be here. We will have the JavaScript extension, JSON file extension, and the YML extension. Next, create the file, the YML file, api.yml. Before write uh, before write the document of the APIs in the YML file, I need to require those package in our index.js file. You can see server started. Let's minimize it, and I will require the Swagger UI. Swagger UI Express. Next the YML. Next I will load the our api.yml. Next I have to declare the route endpoint where I can get the Swagger UI. So I will call it the API docs. Next the Swagger UI.serve, and next Swagger UI.setup. I have to provide the Swagger JS docs or the files, the YML. Next I will go to the api.yml file, and I will add here the code. First the open API, and the version will be the 3.2.2. Next the info, the title will be the my library. Next description will be the Node Express model here. APIs version is 1.2. The server, you can list here the servers like the local servers and the production servers also. The URL will be the http colon. This is my local server. If your application is deployed in the AWS or something, you can put the remote endpoint. You can put the domain name of this remote server here. I don't have anything. I just putting the example.com. Let's save it and take a look. First check the log is okay. And if I go to localhost 3001 slash API docs, and you can see I have the my library node express APIs, no operation defined yet. I just defined the header and the description. Okay, next I will define the get all authors. So Let's declare the paths. Paths here will be the authors, and it is the get request, get route, summary, get the list of the authors. Description will be it will respond with the array of authors, and it will give me the responses of 200 if the call is successful. 200 for the successful response, and 500 for if anything error happens in the server, internal server error. So let's take a look. So you can see I have the get authors, get the list of the authors, and if I try it out at 200 and 500, execute, and you can see we don't have any authors right now. That's why it's giving me the empty array, and here the status code is 200. Okay. Next I will define the post author. Get new author, description will be respond with newly created author object, and here the request body I have to define what will be my request body or the payload. Request body is required here, and the content will be application section. And schema will be object, and it's in this requested object the name field is required. So I'm defining the name field is required, and the properties will have the name, and type will be string, and responses will be same. Responses will be 200 and 500, 200 on the success and 500 if there is any error happens. Okay, let's take a look. Yeah, we have the authors, create new authors, and if I try it out, I am calling it start table, and execute. So you can see it's giving me the 200 error status code, which is success, and the authors is created. Now if I call the get authors, try it out and executes, I am getting the article which I created and the object ID here. Okay, so let's add the rest of the routes. Next I will have the get author by ID. So the paths I am defining, and it will have the same summary, description, responses. Summary, get author by given ID. The description will be the response. It will return the author object. The response will be 200. That is fine. And if if it's not present in the div, it will give the 404 error. Get the object ID. Parameters here. It's I have to define the parameter. So you can see the parameters is not defined. So here I will define the parameters that will be in the path, and the name will be ID. It will be required field, and the description is it is the Mongo object ID, and type will be the string. Let's refresh the page. Now if you see the you can see the ID field here. Now I try it out, and I am getting the author object here with the 200 status code. Next, I will declare the put and delete. It will be the same path, so it will be just like the post. So I'm copying it. Put update author response with updated author object. It will be required to required name is fine, and it will be added the 404. Everything is fine. So here we also have to add the parameters. So I'm picking the parameters. I think here let's try it out the put method. The name I will change it to the Robinson here. Execute it, and you can see it's executed, and it's giving the updated author object. And if I check here, you can see it's updated. Next we have the delete. So delete will be just like this. Delete will don't have any request body. You just have to pass the ID. Let's delete author by given ID, response with the deleted author object, path ID, mongo object ID, everything is fine. Just the delete. Go try it out and grab the object ID and just pass it to the delete and execute. It's deleted, and I got the 200 response. And if I check the get all authors, and it's empty. Okay, so we tested all the routes of the authors. The defining of the books route will be the same, so you can try on your own.